Additionally, we should maintain the mind of stillness when we are slandered. Although the slanderous rumors and tale-bearing spread like a huge fire burning to the sky, eventually, like a torch, it will burn itself out in space." End quote. This not only tells us what we should do in principle, but in behavior as well. When others insult and slander us, if we remain calm and unaffected, then naturally everything will pass. When others verbally abuse us, we need not answer. When they curse us, we just listen. After a few hours, they will get tired and give up. This is a very effective method for handling the situation. When our teacher, Venerable Master Jing Kong, was a teenager studying in school, he learned this from a classmate, because he told us that at that time he was very much like Mr. Liao Fan. He loved to ridicule people and play tricks on them. However, that classmate became his spiritual guide. He was overbearing towards him, even ridiculed him in public. But the classmate never responded in kind. It continued like this for an entire year, and in the end, he got through to teacher. This person was truly amazing. He simply did not return one blow or one insult. Teacher learned this skill from him and has used it throughout his life. Remaining calm and unaffected can also serve to increase the cultivation of ourselves. As for accumulating good fortune, average people would praise us even more, saying that we were truly good practitioners. If it were not for these people insulting us, then we would not have the opportunity to practice endurance. They have come to help us succeed in our practice. Why would we not accept their help? If someone treats us like this at work, and we can interact with them with a mind of purity, our supervisor will admire us, our co-workers will respect us, and our opportunity for promotion will be greater than ever. This person has brought a great advantage to us. Why would we not want to accept it? When teacher was in school and two students would quarrel, usually the teacher would punish both of them. The students would feel that this was very unfair. They would feel that they were right and had thus been unfairly punished. He said that it was not until much later that he understood. In any argument, any fight, both parties are at fault. Both parties are at the same level. If one is high and the other is low, then the argument would not have taken place. For example, an adult would not fight with a child. It was very logical. Now, when we encounter this kind of situation, we can tell right away the high or low level of the cultivator. Thus, when we encounter these matters, we need to know that these individuals are our benefactors. They have come to give us a gift. We cannot return their kindness with ingratitude. First, they have come to test our level of cultivation. Second, we will accumulate good fortune, for we are about to gain the praise and respect of others. Therefore, these benefactors are not bad people, but are actually good friends whom we do not want to wrongly accuse. From the text. If we hear others slandering us, get angry, and try to defend ourselves, it would be just like the spring silkworm, spinning its own cocoon, tying itself in suffering. Therefore, no benefit, but rather harm is derived from getting angry. End quote. What this passage teaches is not only important in worldly teachings, but also in Buddhism. There are two essential practices in the 6 paramitas of bodhisattvas. The first is giving. When we practice giving, we cultivate good fortune, and we cannot live without good fortune. This is even truer for Buddhas. We call these perfectly awakened ones Buddhas with perfect wisdom and good fortune. They are unsurpassed in wisdom and good fortune. Thus, it is logical for us to seek these qualities, as our self-nature was originally complete with them. There are 3 kinds of giving. From the giving of wealth, we attain wealth. From the giving of teaching, we gain wisdom. And from the gaining of fearlessness, we attain health and long life. This is what all sentient beings seek. The Buddha taught us that by planting good causes, we are assured of harvesting good results. The other paramita is the paramita of patience. This enables us to maintain the good fortune that we have already cultivated. If we only practice giving and gain good fortune, but do not practice patience, we will lose our good fortune. The Diamond Sutra tells us that everything is attained through patience. We have no choice but to cultivate the paramita of patience to safeguard achievements, whether Buddhist or worldly. We often read in the sutras of the fire burning our forest of merits. What is this fire? Anger, hatred. If we lose our temper, we will lose all of our merits as well. Thus, it is extremely difficult to cultivate and keep these merits. If we want to know how much merit we have accumulated, think of the last time we gave way to anger. When we give rise to one angry thought, the fire burns our forest of merits. If Pure Land practitioners were to get angry during their last moments, all would be lost. This explains why the Buddha taught us not to touch the body of the person who is deceased within 8 hours of their passing away. Although the person has breathed their last breath, the spirit has not entirely left the body. If we were to touch them, most likely we would cause the deceased to become angry. If he or she were to become angry at this critical moment, they would lose all their merits. Thus, merits are indeed difficult to cultivate and accumulate, for they can be lost at any moment. However, our good fortune and virtue will remain intact. What is merit? It is the pure mind, concentration, wisdom. Think about it. How can we lose our temper but keep our concentration or our wisdom? We cannot. As for good fortune, it is our wealth and intelligence. When our mind attains constant mindfulness of Buddha Amitabha, one mind undisturbed, we can accumulate merits and virtues. But with just one outburst of our temper, all is lost. No more constant mindfulness of Buddha. No more one mind undisturbed. Therefore, we need to constantly bear in mind that merits are difficult to keep. So we need to maintain a high level of vigilance. In our cultivation on the path to awaken, our enemies will often come to create trouble for us. Why? They have an overwhelming need for revenge. They see that we are about to succeed in our achievement and know that once we have attained achievement, they will no longer have the opportunity for revenge. Thus, they will do all they can to obstruct us, to block us in our progress. And the way they hinder us, the way they obstacle us, is by making us destroy, making us burn our forest of merits. But if we are determined not to have our merits destroyed, then no external force can do so. Sometimes, when we encounter unpleasant circumstances or personal problems, we become unhappy and lose our tempers. Who makes us so unhappy, so angry? Probably all those unfavorable conditions, enemies and people stirring up trouble. This is another example of the speaker had no intention, the listener interpreted it to be so. Perhaps the speaker had no intention to upset us, but we interpreted what was said to be deliberate, feeling uncomfortable and miserable. So we may burst out in anger. We may manage some control and keep it inside. Whatever our merit is gone. Why would all of our merit be lost with just a small bit of anger? Because we have lost our purity of mind. Therefore, all the teachings and attainment are based on patience and deep concentration. Not only is concentration the key to our cultivation in transcending the 6 realms, but the key to worldly teachings as well. To remain unmoved by slander is deep concentration, is wisdom revealed. To get angry due to slander is a manifestation of our karmic obstacles. We can choose whether to have our wisdom revealed or our karmic obstacles manifested. The choice is up to us. Are these encounters good for us? Where practitioners are concerned, yes. It is a good training ground for us to constantly have someone causing trouble for us. For to have things not going as we wish helps our practice. If we do not cultivate under such circumstances, then how could we hope to achieve? Therefore, the presence of adverse conditions and affinities provide just the right opportunity for us to discipline ourselves and to practice the paramita of patience. We cannot be thankful enough for these opportunities, much less complain about them. How can we possibly get angry? This is instead just the right time for us to train ourselves.